Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the past few videos I have been discussing about web technology at depth. Today I am going to talk about how exactly internet serves your requests in form of responses. I'm going to give an overview of the client server model. So you being the client request something to the server. For example, if you go on to YouTube and say that you want to see a cute kitten video, that's your request as a client to the YouTube server. Once the YouTube server gets your request, it gives a response in form of millions of cute kitten videos, and that is basically how the client and server model works over the internet. Now if you must have noticed, you would see that every main thing has something called as HTTPS associated with it. This HTTPS is nothing but the HTTP secure protocol, and now this protocol is the one that takes care of the client server request and response module over the internet. But there is a disadvantage of HTTP protocol, and that is that HTTP protocol is a stateless protocol. That is, it does not maintain the state of your protocol. It has no idea of what you had done and what you are going to do next. It just maintains the state of whatever you are currently doing over the internet. For that purposes, we have another thing called as cookie and session. Now, cookies and session both basically do the same thing, that is storing your state of transactions, that is storing whatever you have been doing until date over the internet. But cookies and sessions are different, and the differences are as follows. Cookies are stored in browser as text format, that is over the client side, and sessions are stored at the server side. Cookies can store only a limited amount of data. There is no such restriction over session. Session can store unlimited amount of data. In terms of security, cookies are less secure, sessions are quite secure. Now, security of cookies and sessions, I'm going to discuss at length. So, suppose this is a table that we have here with ID, name, and private data. So, if this is stored in form of cookies, and a person called as John has kept secure private data as something like this, and a person named Bob has kept secure private data like this, and if currently I am John but I want to access Bob's private data, then I can just update my ID to 2 and my code will be updated to run Bob's private data. So in that manner, cookies are not very secure for storing confidential data. So we move on to sessions. Now I'm going to teach you how exactly you can set and view session files. So for this you need to have some basic knowledge of PHP. This is our first file of PHP where we are going to set our sessions. So this is the start and the end tag of PHP. And now I'm going to start a session by saying session underscore start. If you want to declare any code, you have to declare it after session start to make sure that it gets executed when this file is executed. If you execute some code, say here, then it is not going to get executed as you are writing it before the declaring session start method. So now I have declared session start method. Now I'm going to say that dollar underscore session name is equal to Sakshi. So now when I say that dollar underscore session, this means that I am starting a session. In this name, I am saying that this is a name of my session and I am giving it a relative name as Sakshi. I'm saving this set.php file and moving on to the next file, that is view.php. So in view.php, again I'm starting and ending the PHP file. I'm starting the session tag and declaring every text or every code that I want to be executed below this method. So now I'm saying echo dollar session name. I'm using the variable name that I had assigned earlier in set.php and I'm saving this. So now we are going to the browser, and now over here I'm going to go to the place where I have stored my files. It's very important that you write this path exactly properly as you have it, like where you have stored your files. Your files would be differently stored. So now I have localhost 8080 as I'm running it on this XAMPP server 80 and I've set the port 8080. Trial is a folder that I have set it into, and now set.php is my first file. Before going for set.php, I want to see view.php. So view.php, you can see that it's saying undefined index name because we have not set our session. Now if we go to set.php, then set.php file is executed. Now if you go to view.php, you will see that my name, that echo Sakshi. So now Sakshi is being displayed over here, that is session is now stored. So this basically sessions can be used for shopping or maintaining transactions in applications like shopping or logging in, etc. For example, if you are shopping over Amazon online and you have shopped for say total of 10 items, then HTTP being a stateless protocol has no idea of what the previous 9 items were. It has only idea of the 10th item, that is the current item. If you were to add a 11th item, it would forget the 10th item and keep the state only of the 10th, 11th item. Now, when you are billed, are you billed just for a single item, for the latest item that you added to your cart? No, right? You are billed for the entire history of the cart, that is from the first item to the 11th or the latest item that you have purchased. For this, sessions are used. So once you start adding something to your cart, session is set and session goes on maintaining the state of the transactions, and when finally you reach the billing, you have entire 10 items list along with their cost. This is an efficient use of session. So now if I have to show you something a little more advanced about sessions, so this would be the code. Now I'm giving a if condition. If is set $session username. So I'm using a name over here, username. And then I'm saying if this session is set, username called, the session called username is set, then echo welcome $session username. So whatever relative name I have given in session called as username will be displayed along with welcome. Else echo please login. So I'm going to set this, save this view.php. I'm going to go to set.php and change my name as username. I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to come out of here, and again I'm going to go to my browser, and here I'm going to go to my folder localhost 8080 trial. Again I'm going to see for view.php, and okay, this is coming as object not found because I've made a very silly mistake in spelling. So you have to define your path very properly. So now it's proper, localhost 8080 trial my folder's name and view.php, and you can see it's saying please log in because I have not set my session. But if you go to say set.php, this means that you have set your session. So now if you go to view.php, it will say welcome Sakshi. So basically set.php, this file is used for say login systems, like where you get the login form, you enter your username and password. Of course there are going to be many more fields, not just username, but for simplicity right now I'm using only username. And view.php is something when it matches your username and password and sees that whether you have been logged in already, and if you have asked the system to remember your username and password, or you are a complete new user, or you haven't asked the system to remember your username and password. So based on that, it gave you output said please login or welcome Sakshi. This is an efficient use of sessions, and similarly you can use them in n number of applications to maintain the state of your transactions. I hope you have enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you really like this video, please click on the subscribe button and hit a like. And in the comments, you can discuss about your doubts. I'll try to resolve every doubt personally. Thank you for watching my video, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you.